Okay, so I'm currently handwriting the Aliens of Lamat book 3, and as you can see, I've got half a book right in here with lots of ink all over my hands, and I have my sections up to 49 at the moment, and it goes up to 97. So what I do, my outline is just a list of scenes. I think what happened is I started writing a screenplay, and I had made notes about what I'm going to do with it. This was my first outline, and then that story got too long, so then I divided the hidden, I think it was called the Hidden Scrolls, book 2, and this one's the Mars attack. So this is about an alien invasion. So this was a good, this is going to be a science fiction fantasy type novel. I've got a mind map for the alien powers, which I'm going to show you because that's in the book. So I mind mapped that. That took me a couple of meditations actually to figure out what I want to do with my characters. And I have characters' names that I created and ones that I needed to add, and then I've got the particulars about their description and stuff, which still has to be typed up. And this is the original list of characters, which you can see I've got B2 for book 3 and B3 for book 3. So that's how I organize them, or I didn't put B1 because B1 has its own list of characters. It's a smaller list. I start with a small list of characters and it just expands. Every book I do, I add characters to make it more interesting. And again, I've got military government characters, Area 51 alien characters, the scientists, the planets, alien wildlife and planets, my Mars aliens. I have three different Mars planet, 3 different alien planets, so in order not to get them mixed up, I had to do that. Then I got my government agents from Area 51, Air Force Space Command. Who do you call when there's an alien invasion? I had to look that up on the internet. And I only stick with the national defense just to make life easier for me, but it says government agencies contacted if there's an alien invasion. You have the United States of America, Department of Defense, which I'm dealing with, relevant subordinate joint commands, U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine Corps, U.S. Army, U.S. Air Force. So basically, I go down the list as things escalate between my aliens and the humans. And then I have a mind map of places where I draw a little map of the different locations of where they're staying, so I can remember who's in the north, south, east, and west, because I have such a complex set of characters, and I usually run about 2 or 3 storylines at the same time, simultaneously. It makes writing interesting, and it also makes the characters hopefully a page-turning event. And then I've got my ideas listed there, and then this is my settings for the stories, pages 1 to 6, or settings for stories, that's for all 6. And on here I've got my research. I got them going to a Tech-Pan shelter. Where is it located? I had them driving from one pyramid to another, assuming it was around the corner, and I found out after I wrote it that it's 10 hours away. So of course I have to change that story to have them flying in a helicopter instead of driving in a Jeep. So it's really interesting to do that kind of stuff. I did some history on the area, and I've kind of infiltrated it in with the book so that they talk about the legends of the area and stuff. So the legends in the story will be true. And I basically tell it's a legend based on blah blah blah, right? And then there's my research for the different settings, where it's located, what its satellite coordinates are. And then I also have the name of the roads to drive from point A to point B in case I need to add some filler to make the novel larger, because my second novel only has 26,000 words, which I didn't know until I opened it up recently. So I usually start with 30,000 to 40,000 words, and then I rewrite it, and by the time I'm done rewriting, the last one started with about 20,000 words or 40,000, I forget how many it started with. The Grammy's Magic Cottage series, the one I've been telling you about, that one started with about 20,000 words, and it went up to 40,000. Now it's up to 94,000. So it goes to show when I add each thing, I do my editing at the beginning just for spelling and settings. And then after I'm done, I go in and I add the description to the settings, description to the characters. And I have a little sheet beside me to make sure I get them right. because I do have memory issues, and that's the way I got to do it. So it takes me probably 3 times as long as anybody else to do my editing, but that's, you know, par for the course, right? So this is just a quick rundown of what I'm working on at the moment for the month of April. Once I'm done this, I do have an outline for the next story. And this is book 3. I actually have outlines up to book 5, and then I do have a possibility for a book 6. So depending on how the stories go and how much words come out of them, either of these stories are going to be combined into one novel and they'll all be little short stories together, or I'll have it created into like a novella or a chapter book. I'm not sure what they're going to do. That'll be up to a publisher if they choose to take this manuscript. So anyways, stay tuned and I'll let you know what's going on. Today's April the 6th, 2013. It's a Saturday. And I'm supposed to be getting ready to go out with some friends instead of working. But you know me, I like to work day and night on this stuff. So thanks for watching.